damn, man, how was the show? I'm like, man, it was good. And then they called me a bitch, and then they told me to get the fuck
Yo,
out. I'm gonna blame it all on Gigi. She's the one who brought me
no,
in.
for real, she should have never came late. Shit.
We should have been live, bro. What's wrong with you, man?
You know what's wrong. Everything's wrong with me, yo.
Come on, bro. You messing up, man.
We live now and you fucking up the intro. You see what he fucking does?
Bruh.
Don't be
So I
telling
try
nothing.
to, you know what? I try to be cool with the shit and fucking and do an intro, but you want to fuck around, show, go ahead, man. Fuck it up for everybody.
Welcome to the show and the toe and the
man,
call up in the
you
building.
see the shit I gotta deal with? You see the shit I gotta deal with?
This is why I ride solo.
I
is
feel
why I
you.
ride
I'm about
solo.
show's about to get fired, bro. Yo, welcome everybody to the Knucklehead Podcast. It's your boy Toe Tags. We got Show Enough here and our special guest down there below. The call up, my man Kenny. What's going on, bro? How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Glad to be here finally. Set off air. You guys are fucking hilarious. So I'm glad to be on here right now.
Yeah, appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. 90% of that shit is show. I'm not even gonna front. That shit is show.
That's what I'm here for. I don't know wrestling, but I know entertainment. All right, my bad.
Yeah.
Continue.
All right. To go off for last week, Kenny, I want to know. Give me some fantasy bookings, bro. Give me like 3 matches.
That's gonna be every guest question.
Yeah. So if you had a magic wand and you could bring any 2 wrestlers or any wrestlers to have any match type, put them together, who you got?
I'm gonna say Bailey and Britt Baker.
Okay.
Ooh.
Only reason why I say that is because Bailey, she proved her own throughout the whole pandemic era of wrestling that we had, and Britt Baker is freaking hot right now. I mean, she's like one of the top female wrestlers next to Sasha Banks. And Bailey works great with everybody. So I think those two, listen, they'll knock it out the park.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, bro. We was talking about this in the group chat about because I put up a picture saying who you think the MVP of the pandemic was, and my pick was Bailey and Roman.
Mm-hmm.
I love Sasha, but Bailey was definitely putting in that work this pandemic, bro. She was definitely doing her thing.
I was a little sad to see that she got hurt.
Yeah. At first, I thought that was kayfabe. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought that was just storyline to get out of the I quit match with Bianca Belair. But then
allegedly. That 9 months, that 9 months had me.
Yeah, I was like, is she pregnant?
That's what everybody said.
Yeah, for real. When a woman says 9 months, it's pregnancy. There's no.
You gotta get another month, doctor. You just said 10. You just said 8. And then maybe pushed it after a while. Okay, you got 1 more to go, but don't say 9.
Yeah,
they could have said 6. Like,
yeah, 8 months and 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'd have took that. But it's from what I heard, it's because they had the wrestlers go to the performance center for workouts so they could be in shape for the live tours and shit, and that's where she hurt herself.
Yeah, I would have even took that, but they was like Pacific with it. They was like, oh no, she's out for 9 months. I said, when I heard that, I was like, oh, she's pregnant. But then I was like, didn't she break up with like her fiance or whatever the guy was from AEW?
Yeah.
Everybody was like, well, that's a parting gift that he gave her real quick.
I mean, shit, I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, you know how guys are.
Yeah.
Before you go.
Like,
bing bing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still sitting here with Cody and shit. Nah, fuck this. Hold up.
Yo, for real. Before you go, let me drop a inside you real quick.
Oh man.
Shit. Nah, but yeah. All right. So
what did she have, by the way, if you don't mind me?
Her ACL, I think.
Yeah.
Tore
She had the same injury that the Miz had.
That's one of the Miz. It's one of the guys here favorite. Well, nah, he hates it. That was one of the questions. I wish he was here because I was gonna ask him in front of you. That was gonna be my first question.
Oh yeah.
Do you like the Miz?
Lay hates the Miz, bro.
Oh my god, I love the Miz.
Yo, bro. I have to give him nothing but respect, bro. After what he came from and what he did and where he's at, I gotta give him nothing but respect, bro. It's like,
come on, you seen what he made for himself, and then the thing about it is a lot of people, they shit on him, but come on now, like, how long did it take for him to actually get hurt, like really hurt?
Word, and that wasn't even his fault.
Nope.
You know, Damian Priest landed on his leg. So if Damian Priest would have hit that shit right, he'd have still been wrestling right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you know what? That's what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Did Damian Priest get punished for that? Because I haven't seen him.
He just came back on Raw. It's Raw that just passed. He's starting a feud with Sheamus, I guess. Because Sheamus hurt Humberto Del Rio, and then Damian Priest came out and saved him.
Very nice.
Yo, so going from that, who was your favorite interview on your podcast?
Oh my God, my favorite interview so far.
I was gonna ask, but that's putting him on the spot. But go ahead, my apologies.
I know I should have gave you the questions before you came on, but you know what though, we like that authentic shit.
I have to say it has to be Heath Slater.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he was so like the guy was fucking genuine. You know what I mean? Like he was just like letting me know about like WWE. And the thing about it is like with my show, if anybody like really has never seen it, like if your audience never seen it, like I don't ask like wrestling questions. You know, I try to stay away from that. Like, yeah, well, you know, ask like, you know, why you fell in love with wrestling, but I never ask like, oh, so you know, how was Vince McMahon and or whoever, you know, you working for? So when we had the conversation, he didn't know what we was gonna really talk about, and then I hit him with the like, it's like, what's the craziest thing you've ever done as a father? Like, what, you know, I'm a dad, he's a dad, so the whole maybe like half the conversation was just about our kids, and like me and him, we still talk now. I just actually just hit him up earlier because I wished him a happy birthday. So
that's what's up. Well, happy birthday to Heath Slater.
Oh, happy birthday.
For real. All right, that's what's up. Yo, I got a question for you to ask them. If you want, you can use it. And I was like, yo, if I was interviewing wrestlers, what would I ask them? I think you got like a question would be, what would be your fantasy booking? Like if Vince or anybody who ran the thing gave you a chance, yo, make your own storyline up right now, and you can do whatever you want. What would it be?
That's a good question to ask.
I have to ask, bro, and I'm gonna let Show ask you a question also because I feel like I've been, taking up this whole interview and all that. Well, it's not an interview. We just shooting the shit.
I'll be learning.
I want to ask you, who's your favorite of all time?
My favorite of all time? Oh my God, I would have to say Stone Cold Steve Austin. I've always been a fan of his since he started. Not like Hollywood Blonde type of thing, but like more like, you know, when he came with the Stone Cold character.
Okay.
You know, when he was like, he's with Ted DiBiase, I was just like, okay, what the hell is this? But you know, the whole Attitude Era, like Stone Cold Steve Austin was great, you know. But that's kind of hard. If I had to pick somebody else, I'll say The Rock.
Okay. All right. So Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Me too. My favorite part. Well, damn. Back in the days with the Ultimate Warrior. Wait a minute. Shit. Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan. Those are two good eras.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If anybody names those eras as the golden age of wrestling, you wouldn't be wrong.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, those guys back then were going all out because like your job was on the line. Like this is what, like there was two things with the Attitude Era as far as like older fans know more about. Like now that we start seeing like the documentaries and stuff like that, it's just like, one, everybody wanted that top spot with Vince McMahon because they knew if Vince loved you, you were gonna get it. You were gonna be the man, and you was gonna get that title shot. And then two, you wanted to keep your job because it was either going with WWF or WCW.
No, it's true because that was the only place to go, and not for nothing. Unless you was Kevin Nash or Scott Hall, WCW wasn't where you wanted to be.
No.
There was too many people there.
After a while, WCW just got to be like, okay, like it was like you hanging out with your friends and like somebody new come in at work and you're just like, all right, now we're gonna have him do all the bullshit work. Like, go clean the bathroom real quick, man. Like,
for some, it was a payday, bro. They gave him so much money and they didn't have to do nothing.
No, and your show, I don't know if you're aware of this. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Hogan had in their contracts, if they bring people over from another organization, you know, and that dude gets paid a lot of money, then their pay goes up also.
Yeah, it was like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, they had that A-Rod Derek Jeter contract. Like, ain't nobody getting paid more than me right now.
And they had creative control, so why are you losing?
No, for real. For real. That's how you get the cattle prog and you end Goldberg Street.
Was it Kevin Nash?
It was Kevin Nash, yes.
Yeah.
I remember that. Hey, at least they let him lose illegally.
But that was another guy that was all about the money too.
Goldberg
was Goldberg. Yeah, he wasn't in it for the love of wrestling. He was just in it for like the payday. Like, how much can you pay me for doing this? And you could tell, like, they didn't even tell him things that happened he said in the documentary, he's like, I didn't know I was wrestling Hogan until I saw it on TV that I was was facing him on freaking Thunder. Like,
yeah. But I tell you one thing though, he did an awesome job. To me, as a kid growing up in that era, seeing Goldberg, he was different. He was intensity and he was strong. So I was like, yo, this dude. I was a fan of Goldberg, but hearing that he wasn't a fan of wrestling, I still like respect how much he put into it.
Yeah.
Just like the Warrior, they were like the Warrior wasn't the most technical wrestler, and I'm like, well, he doesn't have to be. He's a ball of energy running to the ring, destroying his opponent and leaving. I don't want to see him do a hammerlock takeover. You know what I'm saying?
He was a kid you didn't want to babysit because he was just he'll be bouncing all over the place.
Yo, for real.
That's when I asked you why didn't it work for Braun Strowman.
I think you know what it is with Braun Strowman. I think it's just the audience that we have now. Like they want to be more entertained than actual wrestling. You know?
Or muscles.
Yeah.
I agree. Look, Toe over here is lobbying for Kofi as world heavyweight champion. That guy weighs 120 pounds.
Soaking wet. Yo, great minds think alike, bro. What? Great minds think alike. Yo, you are in the brotherhood forever now. I'm telling you.
And I'm a big and I love the New Day, and and I love all those guys. I've met them a handful of times, and I was just like, when Kofi won, I was just like, okay, now what? We rallied with Kofi. Kofi Kingston. WrestleMania came, he won. Now what? And then he gave you some good matches, and then just the way they ended it with him was it's fucking horrible.
It was. And the fact that he didn't even get a rematch, it was almost like, all right, I was content with being champion, and that's it. That's all, folks. We got it, and we're done.
But WWE does that a lot, though, because look at Kevin Owens. He lost the Universal title, never got a rematch.
That's true. To Goldberg, so they could wrestle Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Yep.
It's like, I get it, but that didn't need to be for the title at all. But I mean, they just do anything for money.
Of course.
And that's where I think it boils down to, is like, Braun Strowman should have been like a novelty wrestler, where Andre the Giant and the Big Show, they didn't wrestle all the time.
No.
They had their storylines where they needed to dominate over the big guy, and they'll put him over. Or, they get over from the little guys and all that. Braun Strowman was trying to be Hulk Hogan. It's like, you too goddamn big to be Hulk Hogan, bro. And that's the problem. It's like, okay, you're losing to Kalisto, and then you expect me to believe that you're going to be Roman Reigns.
The worst thing they did was give him a microphone. That was it.
A lot of the people that are wrestling right now, the worst thing they're doing is giving them a microphone.
Yes.
By the way, guys, my man Kenny right here is called the Call Up Podcast. He interviews wrestlers, talents, people who do the attires and all that other stuff. World critically acclaimed podcast. We got our first celebrity up on the show right here. My man Kenny. Go subscribe. I don't think I'm a celebrity, but hey, man,
you spoke to Roman. You're a celebrity.
This is true. This is true. And he's unofficially gonna help me get Sasha's number, and we'll document the whole thing for everybody.
Nah. Don't give him no number. Word.
It ain't gonna be Sasha Banks. It's gonna be Sasha from the corner.
Oh, there you go.
Sasha from Grand Concourse.
Yo, for real. I know her. I just seen her on the bus.
Sasha Rodriguez. You didn't specify with Sasha I was supposed to get.
But shit, it's a Sasha though. We won't work our way up. We're gonna go from one Sasha to the other one. The Sasha Rodriguez.
Like a free trial.
That's it. That's it.
Sweetheart, you're not my type. But what's your name? Sasha?
Yeah.
Nope.
Walter wants to know if you guys seen Brock Lesnar's new look.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
I like it.
I like it also.
Yeah. And it just shows me he's not going to come back anytime soon.
That is true.
He's looking phenomenal. He can't use that body to wrestle, you think?
I mean, he can, but I don't think he really wants to. Like, he set himself up lovely. That's one guy that, as much as people shit on him, like, he set himself up lovely. Like, he's just like, I'm going to do the job. Before the COVID ever happened, he set up Drew. And as many times people said that he was just like like a paper champion where he was just like he'll come when he wants to. Like, yeah, listen, if you're the man and you put in all that hard work, you'll do the same thing too.
He is. Well, I'll say it this way: Conor McGregor is the Brock Lesnar of UFC, of MMA. Because I wouldn't say that Brock Lesnar is the Conor McGregor, because Brock Lesnar been making millions more. Like, he was making paydays for everybody when he first started. You know what I'm saying? So before we get into the whole cruiserweight stuff, the troublemaker's here, and show you fucked up her cam.
Oh no!
All I see is blue.
Yeah, all I see is blue also.
Hey, welcome to Blue Screen.
Hey, we signed a new Blue Screen is now Diamond Wrestling. And she's on the podcast. How are you doing, Blue Screen?
Sound like my cousin for
still getting back on here. I'm trying to see all you guys.
There she goes.
There she. Wait a minute. What do we?
There you go.
There she goes.
What's up, you guys?
What's going on? We was just talking mad shit about Charlotte. I mean, we was talking about Brock Lesnar's new look.
Fucking Becky the man or whatever the fuck her face is.
Y'all leave Becky alone out of this, all right? She's gonna come back swinging, and she's gonna show all y'all motherfuckers who the fucking man is.
All right, let's get back to the podcast, bro. Speaking of Becky Lynch, I saw somebody I follow on Twitter. I can't tell you his name because I don't remember it. I'm bad with names, but he said he's gonna say something controversial, and I kind of agree with him. But he said that the whole man angle with Becky Lynch was mild at best. What do you think?
I'm gonna leave this to Gigi.
I don't think it was mild. I don't think it was mild at all. I think she took an idea, she ran with it, and it gave her the biggest pop of her whole entire career.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that she left and is going to come back, not an injury or anything. She did her mom thing. The man, and then turned into the mom with the merchandise and stuff. That was mild. That was unneeded and everything like that. Yeah. But cool. It wasn't really called for her, but for her to basically call herself the man, it's not a gender thing. It's to basically say she's the shit, she's the champ, she's the number one person. She became the first female Becky 2 belts champ.
Ooh.
No other female has ever done that in the industry.
No,
nobody.
That's true. That's true.
We had Tessa Blanchard hold, the heavyweight champion in Impact, but
does that count?
Was pretty much it. It counts. It counts. Impact still counts. Unfortunately, it still counts. But
damn, because they don't like Impact in here. Jesus
I mean,
doesn't do anything for me. And the fact that they still have like that zero crowd thing, there was no hype to it. I tried my best to kind of get into it, even with AEW doing its own little wannabe invasion cross promo that they got going on. I've seen a couple of matches, and a couple of matches are good, but it's that storyline that captures me. If there's no storyline for me to really be interested and invested in, then I'm really not going to care about the product.
No,
but as for Becky being the man, she's not mild. That was one of the biggest pop of her career and in the wrestling industry.
Kenny, you want? Okay.
I wish Leia was here to. Is it Leia or is it you? No, it's you.
Yeah, it's me, bro.
You
Come on,
step up to the plate. Well, wait. Let the guest talk. Let the guest talk before you go in. All right. Don't get the camera yet. Go ahead, Kenny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kenny.
Listen, when it comes to Becky Lynch, I love the character that she brung, to the table. It did elevate her to the status that she is now. And it took away that shine from Flair for a good while, and that was the reason why she came up with the whole man gimmick. It was like she beat Flair, all of a sudden she wasn't like the best friend anymore, and she was on her own. She wasn't really getting talked about too much.
No, I hear you. I agree with that. So you want to elaborate, or?
I'll elaborate from a non veteran perspective, because you guys are veterans in wrestling. I'm just rookie of the year here. I actually enjoyed when she was going for the title. Like, when I was watching her, I was rooting for her. And I didn't notice all her flaws till I met you guys.
Until you met me.
See, I met you. 'Cause I don't think
Until you met him. Until you met
yeah,
Toe.
he tells
I
me
know you ain't
everything.
talking about
You
me.
see, he missed this, he did that. I'm like, damn, Cole, you like a coach, bro. Like, you don't watch it like that. Let her mess up sometimes. You don't mess up at work? Damn. Nah, she did the inverted wrong. Nah, I don't like her. Go ahead, man. It's your turn.
Right.
I was waiting for this.
All right, so I would agree with all of you guys on the fact that the man gimmick, or the man gimmick was the hottest thing in wrestling at that time. And she pulled it off persona-wise. She had good interviews and promos, and the attitude that she had was awesome. What killed it for me was that whole Royal Rumble shit. You lost to Asuka in the Royal Rumble. She lost to Asuka for the title, and then she comes in. Lana hurts her ankle, I believe, and she walks in. Oh, I'm gonna take a spot and just walk out. It's like, really? Like, really? This is how we're gonna get?
But see, that's for me. That solidifies. Like, nah, I'm gonna take a spot. There's a spot open. I'm gonna take it. She's an opportunist. I was there on SmackDown when she was basically saying, none of you guys cared about me. And as much as she was trying to give shit to the fans and trying to be that heel turn, we just loved her even more in Brooklyn.
No,
we just like, nah, bitch, we feel you. We understand you. Charlotte came out, you beat her ass, and we were cheering for you.
Listen, I get it, and I'll dare to say this. She is the Stone Cold of the divas when she was going through that gimmick. She was the Stone Cold of the women. I'm not gonna call them divas, of the women wrestlers, right? And that to me was like, fuck, like it's almost like you threw a little bit of water on that fire to see, how weak it is. I would have preferred if she beat Asuka and then started talking shit to Ronda Rousey, right? Like I said, that's going to be a sticky situation because the winner of the Rumble gets the title shot, but you still had a triple threat match anyway. So imagine if she would have beat Asuka for the title and Charlotte Flair would have won the Royal Rumble, which would have sucked. Don't get me wrong. I don't like Charlotte Flair either.
You hate
like
Charlotte that again. That's my girl.
No, yeah, but and then Ronda beat Sasha at the Rumble like she did, and now there's a problem. Like there's some beef there. Who's Charlotte gonna wrestle? I'll wrestle both you motherfuckers. Becky only wants to wrestle Ronda. Charlotte wants to wrestle Ronda. Ronda don't give a shit. This makes Ronda look tough because she's like, I'll fight both of you. And what also killed it for me was that she was like her. This is where I tell show like her timing is off in some of these spots. Like even Charlotte, watching them wrestle. Like I agree with Gigi. The storyline is always gonna captivate me. It's always gonna draw me in. But the wrestling is where I want that payoff. That's my beef with her and Charlotte Flair and Naomi. You know what I'm saying? Like they can get better. I'm not down on that. But when you push them to the point, like these are our top girls. Like really?
You gotta talk about my Naomi and the bump.
I was about to say, like, damn, what did Naomi do?
Leave my bump.
They're just doing her wrong. They're not scripting her right. I swear she was just on the independent route with the moveset that she has, because she is one of the most athletic female athletes on any roster. Whether it's NXT, SmackDown, hell, even AEW. She is one of the most athletic wrestlers that you have in this industry right now. They just see her, oh, she's the girl who dances in the ring or tries to, and she actually can move. But she is far more than that. I think Naomi's problem, though, is that she doesn't deliver good promos. She's an incredible athlete, but her promo game is a little bit weak. She's good on the mic, and she can back it up in the ring as she does, she would be a complete total package.
I'll give you this. She's very athletic. None of the divas, except for Becky Lynch, when she was doing the man, had enough time on the mic at all. You barely see a promo from them, and when they do, it's like, oh shit, I didn't know I was supposed to be talking right now. You know what I'm saying?
They definitely didn't know what to say.
Yeah, so So, but I would claim, like Show alluded to like a couple seconds ago, she's too athletic. I'll give you, she is the Shelton Benjamin of the women's division, because I believe Shelton Benjamin is one of the most athletic wrestlers that's out there. Besides someone like a Ricochet that can flip and everything, but Shelton Benjamin has that finesse where there's not a lot of finesse in the women. It's almost like they haven't wrestled each other enough. There's no chemistry for some of them. That's why I always say it. I would always say it. The best female wrestlers I've seen nowadays is Sasha Banks and Bayley. They can make anyone look, and Bianca Belair's on their tail. That's just me. The evidence, bro. Royal Rumble, Sasha Banks versus Ronda Rousey. Sasha Banks made Ronda Rousey look good in that match, but Shayna Baszler can wrestle. Shayna Baszler is a pretty good wrestler though, and that's sad what they're doing.
Isn't she a UFC fighter?
She was a mixed martial arts fighter. Yes.
Damn.
She was one of the pioneers of the women's mixed martial arts movement. This was before the UFC had the women. She was on the first ever, I believe, all women's Ultimate Fighter. But after that, I think she had like one fight with them, and that was it.
I didn't even make a storyline with her and Ronda.
They should have, because there's a female four horseman.
The female four horsemen in NXT, and they did absolutely nothing with them.
Both of them got let go.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I thought Velveteen Dream was the only one, because that's the only one I actually heard about.
After he got fired, he decided to put out a whole big ass statement like, "Oh, it's how people portray me as," and it wasn't even like that. Like, and in my head, I'm thinking, you're writing this not as Velveteen Dream, but as you, as your personal self that you are. You could have done all of this while you were Velveteen Dream, and we would have probably accepted that more. But at the same time, we have to think about it as, well, maybe he did want to say something, but they not to. They just like, no. But yeah, once that shit popped off with Velveteen Dream, not the first, but even especially the second time, it's like, yeah, no, I can't wear his merch anymore. And damn, that was a good looking piece of merch too. God, that shit looked dope, man. It gave me a whole Prince vibe with his fucking, third eye here and just Purple Rain on me, all this other stuff. And it's like, no, we don't want that.
His third eye raining? What?
Wrong, bro.
What's going on here? This is supposed to be a PG show. You saved that for OnlyFans.
I got a question for you, man. Moving on to your favorite wrestler. Boom. Who do you want to see him face?
I just can't see who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
What?
We can't see him.
Oh, you can't see him?
We can't see him.
No.
Yo, you know who I want to see him face, show? Honestly, all honesty, there's a new wrestler out. He's independent circuit, but yo, this dude, phenomenal wrestler. It's called Pink Slip. I want to see him wrestle the Pink Slip. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yo, he really hates this guy.
Yo, go back to fucking acting, bro.
What is your hatred for John Cena?
Yo, when Hulk Hogan takes a rock bottom better than you, there's a problem. There's a problem. My man. All right, so give me the camera.
One rock bottom.
Yo, no, it's more than that. Show, give me the camera. I got the fucking camera. Kenny, I'm gonna have to do it for you. I'm gonna give you the whole spiel. He came out as a prototype. Whatever. He slaps Kurt Angle. Ruthless aggression. I'm not into that. Whatever. He comes out as a rapper. I'm like, okay, all right, I could dig it. He got, he's from Boston, so that's a strike. Us New Yorkers, we don't fuck with Boston too much, but you know what? I'll look over that. He's doing his thing. Something original. Some I could, there's something different. It's entertaining. It's beautiful. He comes out, does all the shit. He's supposed to be a gangster, wins the title. Not even wins the title yet. He has a feud with The Undertaker, and he pisses on The Undertaker's grave. Word. Right? Life. He pisses on The Undertaker's grave. Not a problem. I was like, oh shit, my man's really about that life. He's a gangster. This is gonna be some real shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Comes around, and my man has a choice between The Big Show, Kane, or Shawn Michaels, and he gives the most pussiest promo I've ever heard in my life. I will never forgive this. And he's on some, well, I don't want to fight The Big Show because he's a huge guy, and you got the Big Red Machine who wants to fight him, and Shawn Michaels is a legend. Fuck that, bro. You already beat all these motherfuckers already. Except for Shawn Michaels. He hasn't wrestled Shawn Michaels yet. But you pissed on The Undertaker's grave. What are you doing being afraid of these guys? Then he comes out, I'm a fucking Marine. I'm all of a sudden, I played a Marine in a movie, now I'm the Marine in real life. I'm doing all this bullshit. He's saluting wrong, which we'll do. I'll pass that one on. My brother's military, so you know we'll look over that shit. He's saluting wrong. Now all of a sudden I'm starting to watch this motherfucker, and he's taking the ugliest bumps I've ever seen. And we'll get past that. You know what? We'll get past it. You know, everybody has their own style. That could be his thing. Whatever. And then he wins matches by acting like he wasn't just in a match. I used to make the joke. He takes a shot of Cena, which is like the wrestling steroids. Hulk Hogan, when he did it, he hulked up. You seen him like he's trying to get his adrenaline going. The Ultimate Warrior was just a fucking monster when he did it. You know what I'm saying? No.
Bro, that's the fucking tombstone, bro.
No, yeah, he's doing this shit. Ultimate Warrior shaking the fucking ring. When people get their second win, you know what I'm saying? When people get their second win, they're doing this. Yeah, come on. John Cena just fucking boom. All right, you ready to start the match? And 15 fucking shoulder blocks later, he FU'd you. Or the attitudes adjust you because he's too fucking much of a pussy for the FU now all of a sudden, which he made that because of Brock Lesnar's F5. Anyway, and then now all of a sudden he's never losing a match.
He's Super Cena.
There you go.
That was the new Hulk Hogan, baby.
This
he
is
was the new Hulk Hogan. You're getting upset because there was a new Hulk Hogan.
Hold on. First off, Hulk Hogan only wrestled like fucking 20 times a year as champion, so that shit didn't happen all the time. When John Cena's doing that shit to every single wrestler in the goddamn planet, Rey Mysterio won a tournament for the WWE title that John Cena gave up because he was injured, and that same night John Cena beats Rey for the title. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding for what? Why would you have a tournament?
Storytelling.
No, fuck that. No, for that, just hand him the fucking title. You did it plenty of times. John Cena comes back from tearing his fucking bicep. We in the Boston Garden. Guess who's the number one contender, Jericho?
The cover!
Ooh, John fucking Cena. He's been gone for 8 months. You telling me no one else can be fucking champion? He just walks up and gets a title shot?
Hogan went through the same fucking route. Anytime Hogan wanted a fucking title when he was hot during his prime, it was the same fucking shit.
Yep.
And Hogan had the fucking leg drop. He had a leg drop.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Gigi. WrestleMania 6, WrestleMania 5, Hogan versus fucking Warrior. That was a good match?
No, it was a terrible match.
You thought that was a trash match?
Yep.
Hogan and the Warrior.
Yeah.
Hogan and the Warrior was a fucking trash match.
All right, no, I'll let you have that. WrestleMania 4, Hogan versus Macho Man. That was a trash match?
No, because you had Macho Man.
Exactly.
Name one match that John Cena made that was good.
20 minutes later.
Man.
John Cena cannot fucking wrestle.
So you really gonna hate when John Cena comes back?
I hate it now. I hate the thought of this shit.
You see the love that he has for Hogan, and he says that John Cena can't wrestle.
Yo, I said my prayers. I ate my fucking
this?
vitamins. I got on his back when he swam across the fucking Nile to go after Macho Man, all right? Shit.
Yeah,
you see,
right.
yo, Kenny, you see that red dot right on my wall? That's me and Hogan right there, Comic-Con. That's me and Hogan. That's me and fucking Hogan.
I know him. That's my
right.
Fucking dot.
We chill on the block in chancletas.
Now you're making me go on my phone because
Yo, that was the day he was wearing that Yankee hat, right? He had the Yankee hat.
Yeah.
He goes there. He showed me the dot. Shitting on my boy John Cena. You know. That's just me and John chilling.
Look at him, little bitch.
Look at that.
No.
Not you, Kenny, him.
I was about to say that's all right. It's not the first time I've been called that. It's okay.
Nah, not you, bro. You my brother, man.
Damn, so.
I don't know. After all that shit you were talking about John Cena, I don't know if you can say that so much right now.
Shit.
Oh, he's never coming back, bro.
Nah, man.
John Cena here.
Thanks for stopping by, Kenny.
Listen,
Thanks
Kenny.
for stopping by. It's been real.
Yeah, right. This is in his head. He's like, yo, fuck toe, bro.
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my second favorite after The Rock and Stone Cold. Damn.
They'd be like, damn, man, how was the show? I'm like, man, it was good. And then they call me a bitch, and then they tell me to get
Yo, but yeah. But yo,
I'm gonna blame it all on Gigi. She's the one who brought me.
No,
in.
for real, she should have never came late.
What the hell are you?